Hello and welcome to Oil Share Repeat. I'm Trisha Bart and I've got Wendy Bjork on with me tonight. So this is our first Zoom call. This is an opportunity to ask questions, chat, speak freely about what's going on with you and your Young Living business, and this book that I've come across that I think is a really, really wonderful tool. It's kind of a no fluff approach to sharing Young Living. There's going to be tons more information you're going to learn along the way when it comes to sharing your Young Living business and sharing our beautiful oils with other people. But I really do think that what she has provided, what Dory Doyle has provided in this book, is a great foundation. And so if we can cut through all the other chatter and allow ourselves to kind of laser focus in on the information that she's providing to us, I really think it's going to help all of us take the next step forward into our business. So she says that this book, this blueprint, Oil Share Repeat, is for the member who just got their kit and wants to learn how the Young Living business works. It's for the business curious person who wants to know why Young Living is so special in the network marketing world. It's for the business member who got stuck and needs some hand-holding to figure out how to move forward. It's for the educator who achieved a rank, looked around and said, how did I get here and how do I go forward? And the leader who wants to fine-tune their work time into the activities that matter and make a difference. So that's a list of some of the people. And Wendy, I'll say for me, the place where I am, I don't really feel stuck, but I came to realize, gosh, it's probably almost 2 years ago now. So I've really kind of been in this mode for a while. But I came to realize that instead of spending 80% of my time sharing with people and 20% on kind of leadership and supporting others and providing tools, I had gotten that flipped. Spending way too much time on leadership and personal development and not really getting in front of people and sharing the oil. So that's where I am in my personal journey, and I'm ready to shift that around and get back laser focused on helping others. Wendy, do you feel comfortable sharing what's brought you to this training, where you are with your business? There you go.
Yeah, I think I'm unmuted now.
Yeah.
So I decided in spring or April of 2017 that the oils had been working so well for me, and some friends encouraged me to start sharing with others. And excuse me, that's when I started sharing, just, I guess, to get the word out. Everybody needs to know how wonderful the oils are. And I think it's all just a journey for us as well as the other person. Not everybody's ready to get started right away, and you just need to appreciate that you need to meet them where they're at. And some people are like, bam, I want to get started now. And I mean, those people are wonderful. It's just, I realized so much or learned so much about people, and you have to be patient and patient with yourself too. So you can't just say, well, nobody showed up to my class. I mean, I've had a couple of where nobody showed up, even though people said they were coming. Things come up, kids get sick, people get sick. And I was at the library anyway, so I thought I'll just use their awesome Wi-Fi speed and get caught up on some things. And I watched some videos that I had been wanting to see. I just had some quiet time to just, like I said, get caught up. So what attracted me to the book was she went like flying out of the gate, and then probably got overwhelmed because sounds like she has a family and just you can't do it all. And I think it speaks to a lot of us because we all want everything to go really fast, but like it's not up to us. It's up to the other person when they're ready. I think it's all kind of like a big puzzle about it, all the pieces falling into place. So it's a process, but I like her book, and I didn't get through the whole thing, but I think I'm through about half of it. I just like how, she has language that is at our level, and it's evil, and I think she really speaks to all of us.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for that. I agree. She really does speak to me. I feel like she's we're so used to hearing Royal Crown Diamonds and Crowns talk, and they've gotten past all the hurdles. Most of them know how they got there, but I think she's really breaking it down so that we can get there too. Um, so about this offering and what I'm bringing to us, she created kind of questions to go along with the book and some social media posts. So I'll be posting those every day in our Perfect Sense for Life leadership group. And I encourage all of us to just take a moment. If you can't do it every day, come back and take a moment to comment on each of those posts, because something that you share might spark something in someone else and might help them make a shift that makes all of this work a little better for them. So our first post today was about Dory's story and how it might have spoken to you. So go ahead, if you haven't already, go ahead in there and comment on that post. Tomorrow is about your why. And I'll just say your why really is a significant portion of what is going to help fuel you on this journey and keep you going. And I mean, for me personally, you'll see tomorrow in my post that in the beginning, my why was all about getting my products paid for. I had such a shift in my wellness and how I felt on a day-to-day basis when I started using the Unliving products that I just wanted to be able to buy as much as I wanted to every month and not have to worry about where that money was going to come from. And so we are very fortunate that because of the rank that we have achieved and the work that we've done, that's not a concern anymore. We can buy as much Young Living product every month as we'd like. But so our why has evolved and grown, and I say our because my husband is really a big part of this. And, all along, I saw that there was something in there for my husband and me, and that there was also this bigger thing. So I will encourage you to do all of the little bits and pieces in the book as you go through. If you're using an e-reader like I am, the Kindle app has the ability to put notes in. So, if you click on a little bit of text, then you can add a note and you can write right in there if you like doing that, or just grab a piece of paper and write some of this down. I actually want to share, let's see if I can find it. This is what I want to share with you guys. Okay, so there are some downloads available on the Inspired Sharing page. Some of them are free, and there's also a packet that is $10. They sell some of the ones individually for $2 a piece. So I wanted to show you what some of those pages look like, and you can decide if you want to purchase them or not. I did go ahead and purchase the packet. But for instance, this brain dump could be really helpful as you're working on some of the questions around your why. And really, but it's just listing your personal priorities, your business priorities, giving yourself a little truth around all that. There's a nice big blank space so that you can mind map or list or whatever works for you. And then at the bottom, you're looking at some of the things that you'd like to have in your life today, this week, this month, someday. Okay, so that's just an example of one of the sheets that they have available. And what I would say is, my new why is around helping my husband retire. This man works so hard and has ever since I met him. When we were working in theater together, he would put in 10, 12, 15-hour days every day, Monday through Sunday, every single day. We loved what we did. We were exhausted. And we made some lifestyle changes. He took a different job so that it could be fewer hours. But still, I see this man working and working and working. And all we really want to do is go play. We want to go play. I want to retire him, and we want to go play. So that's our current why. For us, it is about a financial situation and creating a comfortable retirement for ourselves. And then we also have this kind of bigger why. Some people call it your kingdom purpose. If that resonates with you, awesome, use that. It may become your why down the road when, you know, retiring and living the lifestyle that you want is no longer a factor for you. For us, it's those things that come up when there's like a $500 million lottery and we sit down and we just kind of throw out the things that we would love to do. And one of the things that consistently comes up for us is to create a foundation that would provide financial support for artists, mostly theater artists, but artists of any kind, for affordable housing. So, you know, whatever is close to your heart may be your why down the road. In the beginning, it really is going to be things like, you know, it might be about being able to pay someone to clean your house so that you don't have to deal with the stress of that. Maybe paying someone to cook some food for your family so that that's not a stressor for you. Maybe it is about paying for your product. So the one thing I would encourage is don't let this be a stumbling block to the work. Some people will get caught up in hours of self-analysis around their why. And, you know, yeah, it is important. It needs to drive you forward in those tough times. But for the moment, just grab onto those things that are important to you. So Wendy, I don't know if you've already had a chance to step into this. I know you, because you have been working a Young Living business for a little while now, you have probably explored your why before. If there are pieces of that you'd like to share with us, go ahead.
Oh, absolutely. One of my huge whys is either to live full-time where there isn't any ice, or just have a part-time house, condo, whatever. So that's my huge why, especially Wisconsin, and it's just snowstorm after ice storm after just yuck.
Right.
It's not even good for you about it. So just to be in the sun and have a nice little place.
And what would that mean to you to be able to be there? What would it feel like?
Just to be able to get outside. I mean, I'm just falling on the ice, you know, and hurting myself. I fell like 4 or 5 years ago, and it took a long time to heal. Just afraid of going down again. And I just think it'd be wonderful. But I have 2 kids that are still in high school, so till they're done, they don't want to move. That's my big why. And I think it'd be cool to build a team somewhere. You already have somewhere just ready to roll into.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice. Well, so while we're talking about whys, I do need to share the income disclosure statement from Young Living. Let me find that here. I do have this here. This is available in your virtual office in Young Living. So when you sign into your account, if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see member resources. And when you go into that, it's actually in policies and procedures. You might think it would be under the compensation plan, but it's actually in policies and procedures. And it's called IDS, Income Disclosure Statement. This is the one that it's got like 3 pages in it, but this is the piece of it that matters. This shows you, gives you an idea of, for each of the different ranks, the lowest and the highest monthly income average for 2017. I apologize. The lowest income, the highest income, the median. So like if you take the person, if you have 101 people, if you take the 51st person, that's the median right in the middle, or the average where, you know, you take all 101 incomes and divide it by 101, that would be the average. So you can see as a distributor, you can receive commissions from Young Living. That would only be for the starter kit commission and the fast start bonus. Once you reach the rank of star, things start looking a little better. This is on a monthly basis. Senior stars, again, the average is about $235 a month. So you could see for me, I was looking to get my product paid for. So one of my first goals was to get to executive, because I knew that we didn't have PB promos back when I started. There were no freebies every month, but I knew that I was using several $100s of product every month, and we still do. So at least an executive income was my first my first goal. I knew that I wanted to build to at least that. Silvers on average make about $2,000, $2,100 a month. Golds on average about $5,700 a month. And you can see it goes up all the way up to our Royal Crown diamonds, who make on average $145,000, $144,000 a month, which is pretty darn significant. And when you're talking about that kind of income, that's really where you can create foundations that help other people. You can probably even start doing that as you start reaching a platinum income. So just putting this out there, this, I believe, what do I have to say? It's not typical. No, I don't know what I have to say. Please understand, this doesn't happen overnight. As Wendy was saying, this is a commitment. And you'll see in the book, there's a worksheet where she actually encourages you to commit to 4 years of working your Young Living business, to really give it a chance to gain some traction and allow things to start happening, consistently working at it for that amount of time. And I think you will absolutely start seeing these results. But this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is real work. And what the book does, what your why does, is help you find the time around the rest of your life to help you create this business and this kind of income. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to chat on page 9 of Oil Share Repeat, Dory has, and this is the electronic version, so I apologize, this may not match up with the paper version, but she has just kind of a brief overview of the book. She tells us what oil means. It's about being a product of the product. So this is the first part of the book. The share part of the book, and she calls that the hub. It's without the hub, I love this little propeller image that she has. Without the hub, the center to hold it all together, those propeller, here's where I need help. What do you call them? Wings? What are the the little pieces coming off of it? They would just fly off into space, right? There'd be nothing holding it together. The hub is what holds it all together. And the hub is your love, appreciation, and commitment to the Young Living products. So, whether it's grabbing your highest potential, or I have transformation going in my diffuser right now, I put my Genesis hand and body cream on my hands after I wash them with the Thieves hand soap before sitting down tonight. I've got my Ningxuret spritzer here. I mean, Young Living is in every part of my life. And you may not be at that place yet where you've explored all the products, because there are about 600 products. But take time each day, 5 minutes, to learn about a new product. And each month, put new products into your Essential Rewards order. And if you're not on Essential Rewards, for goodness sake, stop wasting your money, get on Essential Rewards, start earning those credits towards free product, save on your shipping, and earn the free goodies at 3, 6, 9, and 12 months. And then again, every year, we get free oils from Young Living for being a part of the Essential Rewards program. And each month, just for being in Essential Rewards and placing a 100 PV order, you get something from Young Living with the PV promo. So it is just a complete no-brainer. And I would even say a requirement, even though I'm not here to tell you what to do. But I would say if you are building a business with Young Living, it's a must to be in the Essential Rewards program. And I would say with the oil, and the third piece of all that is repeat. And the repeat is about sharing with other people in a duplicable way. Okay, so making it easy for other people to do what you're doing so that they will also help their friends in a duplicable way. And that's part of what this book helps us with. It's a tool, and we'll talk about a couple of other tools as we go through this couple of weeks together. But let's go back to talking about oil for a second, this first part, oil. For me, when I got started, and I still do this, not with every product I try, but with many of the products I try, I had a little journal. And I wrote down every day the products that I used and how I felt. It was that simple. And it became very easy to look at the changes in my life as a result of using the Young Living products. So I don't know, that's just one idea on the oil part of the book. Wendy, do you have some thoughts about oiling and being a product of the product?
Well, when I first signed up, I didn't sign words. And I was trying to build up this little collection of oils. I was actually trying to heal my dog. And I forgot to order something, and I quick called in to Young Living to add it onto my order. And it was a pretty big order. And she said, why aren't you on Essential Rewards? I said, to get these oils, I have my starter kit, I'm getting these oils, and I'm done. And she laughed, and she said, okay. She said, why don't you just put this on Essential Rewards, and then you can, all right, so I did it. Well, that was, 5 years ago? So I just think free oils and the free products every month. So I can't wait. Like, some nights I stay up till midnight if I'm not doing anything to see what the new things are. I think that's an addict. So and some comes out, it's things that I use and I love it. And I love having the free one to use. And some of it's new and I've never tried it. So then there's another item that I continue to order. Like, I'd never tried multigreens before when that was a freebie. So I love that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Right. And I remember when I got started, one of my mentors, Nancy Weber, would have people over to her home, and she still does this. We'd sit around and explore the products, and she had this huge bookcase, just top to bottom, with all kinds of product. And I was like, oh, I was like a kid in a candy store. And then we would sit down, and just the wealth of knowledge that she has about these products. So, I encourage you, like I said, take a little bit of time every day. The Young Living Training and Education Facebook page is phenomenal. They give so much information in their little blurbs. It's almost too much, right? It might take you 5 minutes to read one of their posts. So just pick one, read it, learn about the product. If you have the oil, experience it while you're reading about it. If you have the product, decide if it might be something that you would like to experience. Most of them, there's really nothing in our product line that you shouldn't take. Some of them will be more beneficial than others, but you can certainly experience it to see if it's something that's helpful to you or not. So if you have a reference book, spend some time reading every day. If you don't have a reference book, get a reference book. There are so many good ones out there. There are even apps for your phone. So while you're sitting and waiting somewhere, you can pull out your phone and help educate yourself about the product. Because, one of the things we learn, and we'll talk about when we get into the share section, is that we have these beautiful premium starter collections for people that have been curated by Young Living. This is the new PSK back here, if you can see it. Now we've got 12 oils, oh my gosh, and a Thieves Waterless hand purifier. How amazing is that? I can't believe we have Peace and Calming and Valor back. Anyway, but understand that might not meet the needs of a friend. And if we spend all of our time only talking about this premium starter kit, the oils kit, with someone, we may be missing why they've come to you to learn more about Young Living in the first place. So the more product knowledge you have, the more you'll be able to help others. That doesn't mean you have to know it all before you get started. Please, please, please. I'm learning every day, and I've been using Young Living's products for 11 years now. So please don't let that be an obstacle to you. No one expects you to know everything. Having the knowledge about where to look for those answers, there you go. So the Young Living Training and Education page is awesome, and the Young Living website itself is full of so much great information. So I'll just put that out there. Please don't wait to be an expert. So some of the other things that are coming up this week, and we'll dive into them a little bit more on our next Zoom call, because I don't want to jump ahead too much. Wendy, you said you're about halfway through the book, and of course I have read the whole book, and I'm going back and rereading it as we're doing this. But I don't want anyone to feel rushed. So we're not going to jump into too much more about your why or envisioning, but do take time this week to go through, set aside time every day for yourself to answer the questions there. I want to see if I've got another one of her worksheets that you might find helpful. She also has, so this one is about your why. This might look familiar. So this is in the electronic version as well. So on a scale from 1 to 10, what are you experiencing right now? I'm not stressed about finances, where 1 is false and 10 is true. So be honest with yourself as you fill this out. If you would rather do it on paper, just, you can do it on paper. You can make a note in your ebook, or if you would like the sheet. These are from the Inspired Sharing website under their digital downloads. And it's less expensive to buy the whole pack of 10, but I'll be honest with you that I didn't find all of the pages helpful. So this is one of them. This is the Young Living Difference, I believe is the Young Living Opportunity. And then at the bottom, it does show the income disclosure, although it's a little out of date. They have the 2016 one. So use the tools that she puts in the book. She talks about being coachable. She also talks about personal development and health focus. So I want to show you, did I not put it up? Here, the whole health goals sheet. And I think this is really important. This is one that you can do for yourself. This is about helping you become a product of the product. And it's also going to be a valuable tool to help your friends as they get started, help them lay out their health goals. And, they can write whatever they want on their little sheet. There is a transfer buying sheet and a sheet about our products that support the different body systems, so that you can help make suggestions for them on products that they may find helpful and lifestyle changes that they want to make. But this is really an individual sheet to fill out. So again, this is one that is available in that download. This is one of the paid ones, the health goals. So again, you can make up your own chart based on what's in the book, or you can purchase these guys. But I wanted to give you the opportunity so that you could see what those look like and decide if you wanted to purchase them or not. So let me flip to my notes. Is that Shayla there? Shayla, I'm going to invite you to turn on your video and unmute. You may be in a place where you're not able to do that. But if you can, we'd love to have you join in. There you are. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Welcome, welcome.
Hi, sorry I'm late and I'm not getting the best reception.
That's okay.
Storm here, so my connection is horrible.
Oh goodness, everybody's dealing with these storms. It's cuckoo. And so I have been recording, so you'll be able to go back and pick up the conversation.
Good, okay.
And as I said to Wendy at the beginning of this, let this be a place where you feel safe to share, to ask questions. Nobody's the expert here. We're all here to help each other. And, we have experiences to share that may just, trigger a thought in someone else and be of help to them. So we've been talking a little bit about the book so far, and the first section on oil. And, we did talk about this a little bit, but yeah, use your oils while you're doing this. And I will post a link. Dory prepared 3 YouTube videos. Did you guys find these already? No, you haven't found them. Okay, so she did prepare 3 YouTube videos. Actually, no, there's 4. There's one that's an introduction to the book. But she has the she has this broken down into her 3-day refocus group. So the videos are about 18 minutes. So I'll post the link in the unit. It's also going to show up in our regular group, and encourage you to pop out there. The first one has great content, but I would say that it's certainly something you could listen to while you're driving. Some of the work you're still going to have to do, with paper and pencil. But she does a short AFT session in there, aroma freedom technique, and I really encourage you to at least catch that portion of it. It really only lasts maybe 5 minutes, but I think it's very helpful. And if you like AFT and you like that experience, I do have access to some AFT sessions with Dr. Perkis that I purchased, and I can show them to our group, and we can actually have that experience. Oh, who's that kitty? We can have that experience as a group and help, kind of free ourselves from any blocks that may come up during this process. So if that's something that you would find valuable, please let me know. And if there are other things that come up, I know I have the same thing with cats wanting to walk across my keyboard, and oh, they're sweet. If you had things that come up like that, or for instance, in the appendix, she does some talking about the compensation plan. if we want a little 15-minute chat on the compensation plan just to clear the cobwebs on that, more than happy to do that. So this is your opportunity to put out there the things that you really need. You know, this is not a time to be embarrassed and say, oh, I should have had this by now. No. For me, I'm like fresh start chick here. It's like I'm starting new. And so a part of it for me is clearing the energy of the past and, you know, the things that weren't working well. I know the things that did work well and finding ways to get back to those and step into that. So I'll just put that out there, that if there are things you really would like to see, please ask. And if it's not me that can provide them, I'll make sure that we get those resources for you. You know, if you want to chat with Susan or Nancy or Sue Pellicati or Jeffrey or Galen, if you want to chat with those people, we can find a way to make that happen. So please keep that all in mind. And as I said, I will post the video, the first video link, so that you can take that in. The other thing I would suggest, if, you know, this first week, let this week be kind of a personal development week for you. Take the time to do the work on the why. Go ahead, take that 20 minutes out of the time that you set aside for your business to watch that video, and also take 20 minutes to watch Vicki Opfer from today's Young Living Training and Education. It was absolutely inspiring. And if you don't come away from that feeling like I can do this, there's a path for me, we need to talk, because I really think she made it so clear. And so I think everyone has gotten a copy of this Essential Sharing Simple from me at some point recently. Yes? Do you remember getting a copy of this, Sheila?
I think I did, yeah.
Okay, Wendy, have you gotten one of these recently from me?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I need to go pick my son up.
Okay,
So
I understand. Thank you, Wendy. We're going to wrap up pretty soon anyway, so you can just catch the end of it. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So this is going to come in handy with the sharing part, because one thing that Dory doesn't provide is a script. And there is a perfect script in here that is about sharing a young living lifestyle. And Sheila, one of the things that we were talking about earlier, I think you might have even popped on by the time I talked about it, is that this is the new premium starter kit here. But if we're not truly listening to our friends and we're just thinking about selling them a starter kit, we may miss the point altogether. And we may have people that buy a kit and never, ever buy another product because we weren't listening and we didn't help them get what they really needed. So the one thing that script I think does really well is help to introduce the Young Living lifestyle and help people understand that there are more products than just a bottle of Panaway, which was how we got started. That was our answer. If Susan Martz had handed me a bottle of frankincense, we probably wouldn't have had the same response. If she had handed me, a bottle of Ink Red, that wasn't what we needed at that moment. So we'll be talking more about that when we get into the share section. And that really kind of wraps up what I wanted to cover tonight. I'm going to turn off the recording, but if you'd stay on, Sheila, we can chat for just a little bit more. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay.